Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sairam. Awesome. You guys still have energy. In fact, I think you got more energy now. Love it. So this is kind of a bittersweet moment because this has been an amazing weekend and we're coming to an end. But it's not the end. There's a famous quote, I think, by Winston Churchill that goes like this. This is not the end. This is not even the beginning of the end. This is perhaps the end of the beginning. And we're very excited to share with you what's next. And so to begin with, we want to quickly give you a sneak peek. Well, not really a sneak peek. We want to peel back the curtains for those of you who might not know about just what is going on right now in the International YA program and some of the opportunities that there are for each and every one of you who are interested in taking part in one of these to actually, join one of the initiatives that are here. So we're going to quickly just run through them so you have some background as to what is this International Young Adult Program we've heard so much about. So we will start off
with Serve the Planet.
So
while we're going through these, one of the things we just wanted to share is while these are international young adult programs, the activity is done at the center level and at the local level at home with you. There's a lot you can do from where you are, even if you're far away from a center, which is why we wanted to share these initiatives so that all of you have something that you can take home with you. I just want
to say, quick show of hands. Who is seeing this for the first time?
Okay,
cool.
This is valuable.
All right.
So a little bit of background then. At the end of the World Youth Festival in 2016, 9 international young adult subcommittees were formed, and these are pretty much the 9. So these have been the legacy since 2016. We've been growing exponentially in the International Young Adult Program and in all the centers in the regions. And these are the initiatives that are largely responsible for why. So the first initiative is Serve the Planet. And the theme that we've been going with lately is, for the last couple of years, is Protect the Planet. And basically, this is beyond just service activities only. Serve the Planet works with a lot of tree planting, environmental service activities. But they also have a lot of study circle materials on waste reduction, plastic, mental energy, wastage. And they've been doing a lot of exciting stuff lately, including collaborating with the United Nations Environmental Assembly. So there's some big things happening with this committee. And if you're interested and passionate about the environment and want resources to use at the central level, or if you want to join the team and help push this even further, let us know.
So who got inspired from the Zero Waste initiative from this festival?
Yeah.
We hear some noise. Did you get inspired?
Every hand should be up.
So, this is kind of now setting the scene for future young adult initiatives, we hope. We hope that some of these ideas you can go back and take into your young adult programs at regional and center levels, and perhaps even into your center. But we're going to talk more about center later. Next up, Love All Serve All. You already just saw one of the outputs of Love All Serve All. The beautiful presentation. Amazing. And this actually is a really important initiative. There are certain parts of the world geographically where we can't actually mention Swami's form or put up his picture. But having the ability to spread his message through song, but not through form, we found to be so valuable in those nations. But even beyond that, how many young adults connect to music generally? And what a beautiful way to spread Swami's message again. And so this is a wonderful initiative. If you haven't had a chance to yet, check out the songs that have been published as part of this initiative. A lot of them are just beautiful, super catchy.
They're on YouTube, Satheeshan International Organization. And love
shameless
all
plug. Yeah. And next up, ZYAC International Leadership Program for Young Adults. Could I get a show of hands? How many graduates do we have from that program here? Woo! Wow, give it a round of applause. So they took part in a series of modules designed to equip them with the ability to lead initiatives within the Satheeshan International Organization at all levels, center, regional, national, international. But it's not just skills that apply to the work we do in the SSIO. As we know, Swami has said that ultimately there's no difference between spiritual world and non-spiritual world. It's actually all the same. So a lot of those skills we see that they've actually grown in their workplace, in their schools. So it's a beautiful program. And one of the best parts is many of us here actually met for the first time through this program. So our Sai family was grown through this program, and we love working on initiatives together and seeing each other again, whether it be in Parthi or within the zone. So if you haven't taken advantage of this program, it happens every year. And guess what? The chair of the program is from our zone. Do we have Brother Sai Prabhu here?
He's at the transportation desk.
Oh, it's a transportation desk. Okay. So he was actually one of the 6 enemies of man last night. So he was the one at the end that wanted to
and
go to
the one that
planet.
gave the comedy filler yesterday
Comedy
as
filler,
well.
yeah.
And just a shout out, because we missed them, Rishi and Sai Tava here are the leads for the LASA program.
Yeah.
And we have Sister Regina, who's the lead for the SCP program, all from Zone 1. Sister Regina is at the United Nations right now, actually, representing us. So 3 committees and all led by Zone 1.
Shout out for Zone 1. Woo!
And a segue into a 4th committee led by Zone 1, the Sadhana of Love program, which was, Brother Niranjan is the co-lead for the Sadhana of Love program. This was started in 2016 as a sadhana program leading up to the World Youth Festival, and it's grown exponentially since. It covers the 4 steps of sadhana, which are self-confidence, self-satisfaction, self-sacrifice, leading to self-realization. This year we launched a new program within this, which is called Living in Love. And it was a series of online satsangs with a small group of young adults where we talked about questions and situations going through these 4 phases to self-realization. And it was such an incredible program. We got to take part. There's several brothers and sisters here that were in the pilot program that completed last month in Prashanti Nilayam. And we're hoping that it continues to grow and expand, and more of you can take part. It's a great way to have a really deep spiritual discussion from home.
Awesome. So I want to actually do a pop quiz. I want to just do a segue of that. It's pop quiz. So I think some of you might have done a workshop on this. Dr. Suresh Govind mentioned this, the 4 S's that Amar had mentioned. Do you know what the house analogy that Swami has given us? Who knows? Self-confidence is the...
Well, Niranjan knows, obviously.
Okay, self-confidence is the foundation. Self-satisfaction is the walls. Self-sacrifice is the roof. And what's the last 4? Self-realization is?
Around. Yes. Thanks.
I think it's actually the goal, but yeah. So this is teamwork here. We're like...
Testing.
All right, so next up, okay, so we're going to talk about information management and analytics. Any data scientists here or statisticians? Okay. Well, you don't have to be. It's a chance to learn. So what we're basically doing is...
if you know someone, we're going to tell you what it's about.
Or if you'd like to know about it. This is basically, it's a new committee. There's a lot being worked out, but it's really looking at data science to understand more about the facts and figures about the work we do as an organization. Where are we effective? How can we be more effective? How are we with engaging the devotees within our organization? How are we with engaging devotees, not devotees, but the general population outside the organization as well? So a lot more will be coming from here. If you're interested, there are opportunities to get involved and to learn about data science.
Yep. Next up, we have insights, and instead of us talking about it, we got a really cool video to show you. So this program has just been rebranded and relaunched, and this is presented.
Om Sai Ram. The Satheeshan International Young Adults are proud to present to you Insights, which is a series of spiritual masterclasses delivered by the finest speakers online. In the first series of sessions, we will be exploring a range of themes focusing on practical spirituality. Each theme will be explored over 3 months, with 1 session per month through interesting online workshops and panel sessions. The first theme will be Sneham, friendship with God.
The journey to Swami had begun that day on 13th of May 2002. How that relationship with Swami is built every single month such that we progress in our spiritual journey. So many experiences that I will be sharing, but I would like to give this context so that we understand this ecosystem that Swami's University provided. Keep our books in the room, no tea, no coffee, no milk. We wouldn't be interested in anything.
Of course, I have sat many times in Puttaparthi with Swami. Like I told you, as a child, I've spent my whole childhood there, my play there, everything there. Swami has said, don't prepare, pray to him, go and stand there, he will make you speak.
Swami very gently and kindly told me that I am their divine mother and father, and you need not worry about them at any time.
And with your grace, everything is possible.
So do not miss out on this wonderful opportunity to explore and learn how we, as the Sai young adults, can develop and experience the bliss of this divine relationship in our everyday lives. Click on the link below to register for the first theme. We can't wait to see you there. Jai Sai Ram.
So who's inspired by that? Yeah? So we're actually really close to launch. The first session is this coming Saturday. So if you are interested in registering and attending these sessions, go to satheesai.org/YA/insights and you can register, or you can get the link from any of our Sai Young Adults social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The link is in the captions and in the descriptions. So I encourage you to take part in this. This is a fantastic new program. And it's just going to get better. So really excited to present to you Insights. Yep, the next subcommittee, and we're wrapping this up, is the Group 4 to Young Adults Transition Program. So we know we have some Group 4 students here. And the reason this subcommittee was created is because the Group 4 to YA transition really marks the future and the strength and the growth of the Young Adults program. So a survey was conducted on Group 4 engagement, and we're working with the SSIO Education Committee to help strengthen the program, the Group 4 program, so the graduates feel connected and want to stay connected. So if you're interested and passionate about education, which I know a lot of you are Group 4 gurus, so if you are passionate, this is the committee for you. And then final.
Okay, and we'll run through the last ones very quickly. So we have a new committee we just announced, Young Adults International Engagement Subcommittee. Right now, as mentioned, we're taking one of the first steps where we're actually having a representative from our Young Adult program at the UN Youth Meeting taking place right now, this weekend. We also have another young adult taking part in another youth conference in Mumbai, right, this weekend as well. So it's first steps, it's a new committee. We're still working out what this means, how we're going to engage the wider community, other organizations outside the SSIO. But very exciting that this has now been formed.
Yep, so young adults engaging young adults. And then finally, we have the media team. And just a couple stats just on Facebook. This weekend, we passed 8,500 likes on Facebook, over 4,000 on Instagram, and 1,500 on Twitter. And it just shows like the speed and growth of the media team and the reach that it's capturing. And our Zone 1 Young Adults media team, let's give them another round of applause. This team is going to continue growing and continue working post-festival. And we're going to continue to work on to share and inspire young adults across our zone with the local activities that you're doing at your Sai centers and in your regions. So you guys send us your information, your projects, and we'll showcase them on our Zone Young Adults accounts. So we're really excited to continue growing that and inspiring online.
And so we can go to the next slide. So actually, really also adding is why the media team is important, why we're showing the stats. It's not the numbers, but because what we found is for a lot of young adults now, that's the best way to engage and to get the word out on initiatives that are going on, and also for you to be able to communicate back. So that just means we have more YAs in our nations and our zones and internationally that we're able to have dialogue with and to share the message of the work we're doing in Swami's name. We're actually one organization, so you can see that each international YA subcommittee actually maps to what we call SSIO committee. So the SSIO as a whole has a number of committees. In the interest of time, we won't go through them, but we'll just show you that each of those subcommittees we talked about actually maps to something that's going on in the broader organization, because we're one organization. But the one thing that we will call out, if we go to the next slide, is that the archiving committee, SSIO committee, is actually headed by our Zone 1 chair, Dr. Phil Goslin. So we wanted to give Dr. Phil Goslin a quick minute to call him up and to share some information about that.
Thank you very much. All of you know about the work of Radio Sci and the Party Archive, you know, the new beautiful building up there on the hill. And they've done incredible work. And now it's time for us to do archiving on an international level. And already in the last few years, we've had about 50 nations doing interviews mostly, but trying to recover rare photos and videos and pictures of Swami and things like that. So we're about to send out to the center level and also to the YA level information about what we're calling archiving, but some places will call it just memories of Sai. In other words, we're looking to data mine. We're looking to get back this glorious recent past that Swami has given us. We all have stories of Swami, and YAs can become very involved in this because interviewing the seniors, for example, might spur unity in the center. It might provide background and stories that you had no idea about. So we're hoping that you'll be inspired in this. We're kind of available to help you. And already we have some people here. Is Padma Shri here? She was going to be a representative at the, yes, thanks for standing. So she'll be a representative for the US YAs. Amar has been involved. And Pradeep Mahalingam, if he's here, he could stand up. Let's see, Lakshmi Pochancherla from Seattle has also been involved. Thank you. And Dr. Joe himself has been doing some interviews. So it's very, very inspiring to be the interviewer or to be the interviewee, and it's something that's part of the, what I call the corpus of Satya Sai. This is all of the interactions that he had around the world. It's just infinite. And we sometimes are just sort of scratching the surface of it. And for us to dig into that and to leave it for future generations will benefit all of us. So thank you very much. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram. Thank you, Dr. Phil Goslin. Next slide. Okay, so we, I've drawn this analogy a few times. So we looked at the growth of our zonal young adult program, similar to how the Marvel Cinematic Universe grew. So, you know, you had a bunch of individual heroes doing their things, and so we had a bunch, all the nations were coming together, forming their YA programs, and you came together and formed the Avengers. And they did that 3 times. So the journey that we have seen our program grow in up until now has been, phase 1 was everything going up to our first ever Zone Youth Conference in 2013 that took place in Region 2, USA. All the work they took to establish national young adult programs, have national conferences, and have our first ever zonal meeting. And that was amazing. The first time YAs from all over the zone actually came together and met. And then it was all the festivals and conferences leading up to the World Youth Festival in Prashanti Nilayam in 2016. That was also amazing. First time that many YAs around the world got together and met. It wasn't the first world event, but it was an amazing event, first one in a while. And then we led up to phase 3. That's what we're at right now. All the work that you've been doing, and you've seen how much the YA program has grown internationally, and half the international subcommittee leads are from Zone 1. Give a shout out to all the leaders.
And beyond the subcommittees as well, all the activity in the centers and in our zone is really driven by the young adults. So there's been so much growth since 2013 and 2016, leading to today, all driven by you guys at the local level, regional level, national level, and international levels.
So what do you think, what happens after phase 3? Is there another number or something? Is there a
Phase 6?
phase 6? What's after
Phase
3?
B?
4. Wait, do we have a phase 4?
I don't know. Should we make one?
What does the next slide say? Well, we haven't got to that yet. Trick. Okay, so there's actually phase 3 has been going on internationally. We just want to show you that there's other conferences going on as well that are also part of their own little phase 3.
So what's next?
I don't know. Whoa, there's a phase 4.
Yeah!
Whoa.
Introducing the Satheeshan World Young Adults Festival, July 2021 in Prashanthi Nilayam.
Satya, the theme is beautifully named, Spiritually Awakening the Hearts of Young Adults. Save the date right now. Prashanthi Nilayam.
This is the global announcement. We're unveiling this for the first time.
But you know what I love about, one of the many things I love about festivals and conferences is the unveiling of a logo. Wouldn't that be cool if we could actually unveil for the first time anywhere in the world
right
the logo?
Here. The next slide, maybe? Should we? Do you guys want to see the logo for the first time ever?
Do you guys want to see? Woo! You guys are the first group of young adults that are seeing
worldwide
this.
to see
Worldwide. This is the global reveal.
So shout out to the entire SSIO media team for helping create this. And yeah, we're very excited to start ramping up to the World Young Adults Festival 2021. Satya, spiritually awakening the hearts of young adults. And we hope each and every one of you can join us in Prashanthi Nilayam 2 years from now.
But there's more in phase 4 as well, so stay tuned. We're going to get to that. Next slide, please. So why are we having this festival? Well, we came up with 4 objectives. There's a lot of brainstorming that took place. We looked at what the young adults are crying for and asking for, how they can connect better with Swami, and we came up with 4 objectives. Number 1, to enable young adults to share the positive impact of Satya Sai human values through educare programs that transform actions into sacred duties.
Number 2, to rejoice being on the spiritual path at an early age and offer gratitude for this opportunity.
Number 3, to gain spiritual upliftment through sharing experiences and addressing challenges faced by young adults today.
And 4, to understand the importance of living Satya Sai Baba's principle of selfless service to humanity as service to God.
That's why we're doing it.
And you'll notice that all of these, especially 3 of them, tie to the 3 wings of our organization, and the 4th one to us as young adults uniting together in our love for Swami.
Next slide.
And the proposed dates, we missed that.
Oh.
So tentatively, the dates, if you want to throw it in your calendar right now, is July 21st to 20th to 23rd, July 2021.
So lock in those vacation days. All right, so I know that this might be getting very logistical planning, but I just want to give you a peek at the enormity of this event. There's a number of teams that have been put together that are going to be working on the planning of this. Initially, it was 21. When we met in Parthi, we included 26. It might grow again. And each zone has tentatively been assigned a number of these areas to look after. Zone 1, tentatively, this might change, has been assigned 3 areas. So we are going to possibly drive 3 areas of this festival. So all of you will have a chance to be a part of this. And so, what's the first one, do you think?
Drum roll, please. We will be leading the songs for the World Young Adults Festival 2021.
Wow.
Working with our Lhasa family here and all the musically talented young adults across our zone. We hope we can work with you in presenting some amazing songs and programs in Prashanthi Nilayam in Kulwanthal.
You know what was cool? I didn't get a chance to actually do that we had at this festival? Mm-hmm. Exhibition. We had that awesome green screen, and I didn't get a chance to do it.
Yeah, I didn't get to do that either.
Do you think we could do that, something like that again at the festival, and maybe we could lead that?
I think so.
Exhibition. Zone 1.
Did you guys notice that this exhibition was unlike any exhibition you've seen at a conference before? Usually exhibitions are just panels showcasing activity after activity after activity after activity and nothing to do but walk around and read. Shout out to our exhibition team for making this so interactive, so innovative, so experiential with the blue screen, with the tree, with the riddles and everything else that we can interact with and learn and grow and participate in. And we hope we can bring this model of an exhibition to Prashanthi Nilayam for the first time.
So anyone here from San Francisco? Anyone here from Silicon Valley? Shout out. What does Silicon Valley have that it's famous for? Technology. Guess what? Zone 1.
Is leading technology.
Team. Round of applause.
So a little bit of context there, because that's very broad.
Yeah.
What we are going to be doing for the first time ever is creating the most integrated app for Psy young adults globally. This is going to be an app that will incorporate a pre-sadhana. This will incorporate so many activities and resources for young adults all around the world to use and be inspired and to day to day. So this is one thing that we've been tasked to lead.
We're going to flesh out requirements, but it's going to be a way to connect, engage, run. But we have a vision that this is going to live beyond the festival, and maybe something that the SSIO in general could use to connect and do lots of other cool things. So,
yep.
Awesome. Okay, next slide. Oh.
Whoops. Backslide.
Can we go back? Can we pretend we didn't see that?
You didn't read anything.
So, at a zonal level, in addition to this, part of our phase 4 will be our zonal level initiative. And it's called Codename SaiRise. Actually, it's one word. Codename SaiRise. So we have a bit of a Mission Impossible kind of theme. Because nothing's impossible for us. We're Sai, young adults who dare to be divine. So what does this mean? We're going to be unveiling more details in time to come. But the idea is we want to go back to our grassroots. The centers are the lifebloods of our organization. This is where so much activity has. And we are going to be going back and invigorating and strengthening our organization from the centers up. So where there's existing projects, we're going to strengthen them. Shout out to Chicago. There was an existing project that we had a number of young adults just commit to going in and adopting a community. Shout out. Just like that. Where there are initiatives in your center, we want to inject young adults in there further to drive them and take them to the next level. Where there are opportunities to make your center even better, may our centers be better than they were yesterday and even better than they are today, tomorrow. And that's the idea. We're going to be Codename SaiRise. It's going to be all about making our organization better from the centers up at all wings, service, devotion, education, everywhere.
And right into the communities that surround the centers.
Exactly. Excited?
Yeah.
Sairam, if you're excited. Okay. Pop quiz, what's it called? Codename SaiRise. And so before we wrap up on the next steps, we have one of our nations also wants to announce one of their portions of phase 4. So do we have Canada?
Ven.
Quick announcement. Last call for the 12:45 bus. So if you're not getting up to leave right now, you're not going to make it. So if you're supposed to be on that bus, I hope you're already there.
Saram, everyone. First, I just want to say I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. This has been such an uplifting experience. I really feel the SaiRise right here. And I'm looking forward to seeing how every one of us are going to go back to our centers and really, sharing that energy, that love that was possible because each and every one of you. So we were so inspired this weekend that we came together with our team and for Canadians and also for each and every one of you, you are welcome to join us on our next Canadian adventure. So can I see by a hand who is from Canada here? Awesome. So we've had a number of great initiatives. We had a Canadian Young Adults Festival in 2017. And what I'd like to announce for next year is our next initiative. Right here by Swami's chair, I have this. Do you know what this is? It's a teddy bear, right? And if you look closely, there's a Canadian flag on it. And we want to bring this teddy bear, this love, this childlike, pure love from all Canadians to our next adventure, which is going to be a Canadian Young Adults Festival in 2020 in Western Canada. And the reason why this is so important for us is we always did it where there was a majority of young adults. But I was so grateful to see so many young adults in Western Canada present. Can you please raise your hands? You're here in big numbers, and now there's probably less, but they were here in great numbers. They're probably on their way back home. And we're so grateful for all the initiatives, all the love, and so on. And we want to take that Canadian style love and bring it to the West. And, you know, the teddy bear is wild. Where do we find a teddy bear? Usually in Western Canada. Actually, the bear, not teddy bear, but you know what I mean. But we're very excited for that. That's going to be our 3.5. And then the next initiative after that is, as part of the World Youth Festival, we would like to tag along and have a Canadian pilgrimage. So that's going to come as well as part of the World Youth Festival. Thank you again so much for this opportunity, this inspiration, and I'm looking forward to what's next.
Okay, so this now brings us towards one of the last portions of our festival. Did you guys enjoy yourselves? Nice. Did you enjoy the campsite? All the activities, all the work that they did? Well, I would like to actually call upon Jim and Janice from the campsite. How awesome have they been? From all of us, we just want to say thank you so much to you and your team. You have been amazing hosts. Behind the scenes, leading up to this camp, at the campsite, you've been so accommodating. Guys, these have been amazing. They've taken so many of our requests coming into this, and they continue to. So we are forever grateful for allowing us to come together from all the countries in North America and the Caribbean to have this event. And we want to give you a small token of our appreciation for having been such amazing hosts for us. And if you want to say a couple of words, we'd love to also hear from you as well.
Sairam. I want to say thank you for sharing all of your love. It generates throughout the camp. It has been an honor. My first group here with Zone 1, your very first time, but it is not your first time coming to the camp. And I want to thank you guys so much. It's really been a hard thing to try to incorporate all the good food that you like. To stay kosher, but please, I promise you, just bear with us, have a little bit more patience, and we're gonna make it perfect for you again. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Janice.
Check, 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 check. Here we go. So from my end, it was, as you all saw yesterday, it was a long weekend, but it was a really rewarding weekend. This was my actual first group as the official retreat director. Now doing this on my own. Normally it's Graham. It's the first one we did on my own, and again, I think we pulled it off in style. Little bumps here or there, but we smoothed everything out. From Ari, from Larry, from Janice, from Irvin, from Paula, from Antonia, from Cody, from Lauren. We want to thank all of you for coming. Your group is so different from the groups that we see. And I will tell you that, yesterday was a long day. Friday was a long day. Today's going to be a long day. And without your kindness, the themes that you bring, and just the overall atmosphere that comes into this camp, I'd say I would have fallen flat on my face yesterday. But the fact is, anyone who's come up to me, you've all been so kind, so wonderful. And I want to thank you so much, because that's a blessing to us. And we love you guys so much. And please keep coming back. I will always work hard. It's a team effort between us, the camp, everyone. It's all a team effort. We are never alone. We can never do these things alone. So thank you very much for a great weekend here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're going to be wrapping up now before we go into our final session of devotional singing. Guys, this has been such an amazing weekend. As Dr. Suresh Govind was sharing, what matters oftentimes when we look back at the end of these events is that we see that the journey was always, in fact, the reward. Not just the journey leading up to this event, but what matters more from now is where our journey goes from here. I want to say a few words of thanks, first of all, to our dearest Swami, for he is the one who thought of this event. He's the one who organized this event. He's the one who ran this event. He is the one who brought all of us together and handpicked everyone that is in this room and that was at this program, and even all of those who couldn't make it but still were part of the planning teams. It was truly him. So our dearest Swami, we are forever grateful, and we pray that you continue to give us these opportunities. I'd like to again acknowledge all of our seniors, our senior officers from the SSIO for having taken 3 days to come and spend with the young adult program. And all, yes. And all of our former young adult leaders, our zonal young adult coordinators and national young adult coordinators that also came to join us. They've been amazing as well. Of course, thanks to our guest speaker who came to us from Malaysia, Dr. Suresh Govind. What an inspiring session that we had with him over and over again throughout the weekend, and the number of lessons that we learnt. I'd like to also thank all of the members of the festival committees, the steering committee, the planning teams, all the leads and the members who worked tirelessly behind the scenes and at the festival itself to make this all possible. It's been a journey of almost 2 years. Countless hours have been dedicated, countless phone calls that should have taken an hour and a half but went 3 hours, maybe 4, past midnight. But all in all, it was such a labor of love, and the energy and the enthusiasm we had for that was just amazing. So a big thanks to each and every one of you, the over 120 volunteers. Of course, all of the participants that took part on stage, off stage, in the exhibition, in the activities, all the MCs, all the speakers, thank you to you as well. Thank you to our host region and host nation, all the officers, Region 5, big shout out. Thank you for all of your guidance and all of your volunteer work, all of your devotion, dedication. We could not have done this without you, so big thank you. And of course, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, 300 young adults who came from all over North America and the Caribbean to be here and making this festival what it was. You know, it's funny, I remember the other day as I was walking through and I was saying hello to many familiar faces and also meeting new faces. A comment I got a lot was, "You look like you're glowing. You look like you got that Sai glow," someone said. And replied, well, you know what? Possibly, because I couldn't help but smile. Being a part of this, to me, felt like we were part of something bigger. A bigger calling from Swami. Something bigger about his mission that he's calling us to. You've seen how our program has grown over the last few years. And you see that the trajectory forward is more expansion. Swami has said, expansion is my life. And he's also said, my life is my message. At one point, Swami used to say, my life is my message. Then he switched to, exactly, your lives are my message. And so expansion must also be our lives. We must always seek to grow. And that's why I was asking, because I could feel that growth as a zonal young adult program and as individuals growing, and it felt amazing to be a tiny part of that story as well. When we first launched this festival, we shared that we had 5 objectives for bringing everyone together. So the first one was to unite together and celebrate our love for Sai. The second, to dive into the areas of spirituality that are relevant to this phase of our lives, the young adult phase. Thirdly, to strengthen the community of young adults across the zone. Fourthly, to define the future direction of our young adult program. And there's a fifth. Return home recharged, inspired, and energized to take our journeys forward. Dear brothers and sisters, do you think we have done that in this festival? Yes. Sairam, if you think we have. Sairam, if you think we have. Well, that was a kind of a trick question. Because the fifth one that I mentioned was to return home energized, recharged, and ready to take our journeys forward. There's a famous quote from an inventor you might have heard of called Thomas Edison. And the quote goes like this: genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. There's been a lot of work that we've gone into putting this festival together. And many of us have been inspired as a result of participating, of interacting, of praying. But what matters now is what we do when we go home. Now that we are energized, we must be ready to take our mission forward. So dear brothers and sisters, let us take this moment now to commit and to pledge that we will take the lessons and the inspiration that we have been so fortunate to have been blessed to have by our dear Swami, he is the one who called us, and to go back to our homes, go back to our centers, and take our mission forward, to implement at least one thing that we have learned from this weekend. Can we do that? Yes. Sairam, if we can do that. Sairam. Sairam, if you will do that. Sairam. So let us keep to that. Dear brothers and sisters, I just also wanted to share one quote from our dear Swami that he gave in the 1997 Young Adults Festival, conference, sorry. Young men and women, the world's good fate, world's progress is dependent on the transformation of the youth today. Only when the youth transform themselves with good character will the world be able to experience ideal virtues. Dear brothers and sisters, let us commit to move forward, to live these ideals, and to continue to dare to be divine. Jai Sai Ram.
Sorry, everyone, we just have a small announcement. The 12:30 bus to O'Hare was delayed because not everyone was on it yet. It is leaving in a couple minutes now. So if you're in this hall and you're supposed to be on that bus, please get up and leave now because the bus is waiting and somebody might miss their flight. We will now conclude with group singing. Everyone is requested to lead. All brothers lead, all sisters lead. We're all singing together, lead and chorus. And as the final speaker for the Zone Young Adults Festival 2019, we pray to our beloved Swami himself to grant us his divine message. Om Shri Sai Ram.
యువతి యువకులారా,
young men and women,
ఈనాడు యావత్ ప్రపంచము, ఈ ప్రపంచం యొక్క సౌభాగ్యము, ప్రపంచం యొక్క ఉన్నతి ఈనాటి యువతి యువకుల యొక్క ప్రవర్తనలపై ఆధారపడి ఉన్నది.
the prosperity and the progress welfare of the future rests on you.
యువతి యువకుల యొక్క ప్రవర్తన ఉత్తమమైనప్పుడే ఈ ప్రపంచం కూడాను ఉత్తమ ఆదర్శాన్ని అనుభవించగలదు.
Young men and women, when once you maintain very high code of ethics and nobility, the world also will maintain the standard. Character, the world will maintain it.
గడిచిపోయిన రాత్రి ఎంత మనం గడిబిడి చేసినప్పటికీ మనకు ప్రాప్తించదు.
The bygone day will never come back.
అనంతమైన సాగరములో పరిపూర్ణంగా లీనమైనటువంటి యమునా నదిని మనం ఎంత పిలిచినను తిరిగి రాదు.
River Yamuna, when once it merges in the ocean, cannot come back. All over the world, you find misery, fear, restlessness.
ఇట్టి పరిస్థితికి మూల కారణం ఏమిటి?
What is the main cause behind it?
ఏ దేశములో ఉత్తమ గుణవంతులైనటువంటి స్త్రీ పురుషులుందరో ఆ దేశము నిరంతరము కూడాను పవిత్రంగానే ఉంటుంది.
That country with young men and women with perfect character will be noble and great.
ఈనాడు దేశం యొక్క పరిస్థితి ఈ దుస్థితికి రావడానికి మూల కారణం ఏమిటి?
What is the main cause for the present plight of the country?
ప్రజలలో ఉత్తమ గుణవంతులైనటువంటి స్త్రీ పురుషులు లేకపోవటమే మూల కారణం.
Among people there are no good young men and women.
దేశమును రక్షించడానికి అస్త్రశస్త్రములు కాదు ప్రధానము.
It's not the weaponry that protects a country.
ఆటం బాంబులు కాదు ప్రధానము.
Not the atom bomb.
గుణశీలురైనటువంటి యొక్క స్త్రీ పురుషులు అత్యవసరము.
The country needs men and women of perfect character.
ప్రపంచం యొక్క మంచి చెడ్డలు యువతి యువకులపైనే ఆధారపడి ఉంటున్నది.
The good and bad of this world depend upon the men and women.
కనుక ఈనాటి యువతి యువకులు పవిత్రమైన భావముల చేత, నిర్మలమైన చిత్తము చేత, నిస్వార్థమైనటువంటి సేవలో ప్రవేశించి దేశమునకు ఆనందాన్ని అందించాలి.
Therefore, young men and women should have a sacred heart, pure mind, selfless service.
సత్సంగములలో ప్రవేశించాలి.
They should join good company.
సత్సంగం అనగా మంచి వారి యొక్క స్నేహం అనుకుంటారు. కాదు కాదు.
Good company you mean association with good people? No.
సత్ అనగా దైవమే.
Sat means divinity.
అది ఏ బీయింగ్.
That is being.
అది ఏ శాశ్వతమైనటువంటిది.
That is permanent.
దానితో మన యొక్క సంఘాన్ని అభివృద్ధి పరచుకోవాలి.
With the divinity you can develop your company association.
ఇందువల్ల చేదు పోవుటకు తీపి అభివృద్ధి గావించడానికి ఇది ఒక పెద్ద ఆధారము.
This will help us to get rid of all this bitterness and grow in sweetness.
పాపములు కరుగుటకు, శాపములు తరుగుటకు కూడాను ఈ యొక్క సత్సంగమే ఆధారము.
It is association with the divine, the Sat, that will help you free from all the sins and the curses.
ఇట్టి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి సత్సంగం ఈనాడు ప్రపంచం కోల్పోయినది.
The world has lost such sacred good company today.
మానవత్వం అనేది మంట కలిపినది.
The human quality is totally gone, burned to flame.
పాప భీతి లేక పామరత్వము పట్టి,
because of the ignorance of no fear of sin.
పాప భీతి లేని పామరత్వము పట్టి, దైవ ప్రీతి లేని దాని పట్టి.
For the reason that they have no love of God.
మానవత్వమనగే మానవులందున,
among human society the human values are totally gone.
విశ్వశాంతికిదియే విప్లవంబు.
This is the cause for the world revolution today.
రామ కోదండ రామ. కోదండ రామ రామ పట్టాభి రామ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ రాఘవ రామ కోదండ రామ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ రాఘవ రామ నీకొక్క మాట రామ నాకొక్క మూట రామ నీకొక్క మాట రామ నాకొక్క మూట రామ నీ మాటే మాట రామ నీ బాటే బాట రామ నీ బాటే బాట రామ నీ బాటే బాట రామ నీ బాటే బాట రామ నీ పాటే పాట రామ నీ బాటే పాట రామ నీ పాటే పాట రామ నీకెవరు తోడు రామ శ్రీకంఠ చూడు రామ నీకెవరు తోడు రామ శ్రీకంఠ చూడు రామ నేను నీవాడు రామ నాతో మాట్లాడు రామ నేను నీవాడు రామ నాతో మాట్లాడు రామ సీతాపతి సీతాపతి రామ నీకు మ్రొక్కితి నీకు మ్రొక్కితి రామ నీచే జిక్కితి రామ నేను నీవాడు రామ నీచే జిక్కితి రామ నేను నీవాడు రామ నామమే మేలు రామ చింతనే చాలు 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 రామ నీ నామమే మేలు రామ నీ 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 చింతనే చాలు రామనామమే మేలు రామ 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 చింతనే చాలు నీ చింతనే చాలు నీ నామమే మేలు నీ చింతనే చాలు నీ నామమే మేలు చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు రామ చింతనే చాలు రామనామమే 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 మేలు నీ చింతనే చాలు నీ నామమే 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 మేలు రామ నేను నీవాడు రామ నాతో మాట్లాడు రామ కోదండ రామ రామ పట్టాభి రామ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ రాఘవ
मानस भजुरे गुरुचरणं
मानस भजरे गुरुचरणं
मानस भजुरे गुरुचरणं
मानस भजरे गुरुचरणं
दुस्तर भवसागर तरणं
दुस्तर भवसागर तरणं
दुस्तर भवसागर तरणं
दुस्तर भवसागर तरणं
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
महाराज गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
सत्य साईनाथ
शिवाय शिवाय नमो
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवो
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवो
ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ॐ नमो बाबा
भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं ॐ नमो बाबा
मानस भजो रे गुरुचरणं
मानस भजरे गुरुचरणं
दुस्तर भवसागर तरणं
दुस्तर भवसागरतरणं
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो
नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवो
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल
ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ॐ नमो बाबा मानस भजो रे गुरुचरणं दुस्तर भवसागर तरणं
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम राम
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 Radha Krishna Jai Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai Govinda Krishna Jai Gopala Krishna Jai Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai
Govinda Krishna Jai Gopala Krishna Jai Gopala Bala Bala Radha Krishna Jai
Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna 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 Jai
Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna 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 Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Krishna 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 Jai गोपी कमाल हारी प्यारी माया मीरा मन बिहारी मदन मोहन मुरलीधारी कृष्ण जय गोपी कमाल हारी प्यारी माया मीरा मन बिहारी मदन मोहन मुरलीधारी कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय रामा कृष्ण जय राधा कृष्ण जय बाला कृष्ण 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 जय गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय गोपी कमाल हारी प्यारी माया मीरा मन बिहारी मदन मोहन मुरलीधारी कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय रामा कृष्ण जय राधा कृष्ण जय बाला कृष्ण 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 जय
कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो भवाय गुणसम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमो शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमो
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं 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 ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ब्रह्मा
ज्ञानं ब्रह्मा
ज्ञानं ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
अनन्तं ब्रह्मा
अनन्तं ब्रह्मा
अनन्तं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ब्रह्मा
ज्ञानं ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
अनन्तं ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
अनन्तं ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्मा
चित्त चोरा यशोदा के बाद नवनीत चोर गोपाल
चित चोरा यशोदा के बाद नवनीत चोर गोपाल
चित्त चोरा यशोदा के बाद नवनीत चोर गोपाल
चित चोरा यशोदा के बाद नवनीत चोर गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल गोपाल गोवर्धनधर गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
के पार नवनीत छोर गोपाल।
हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो।
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 हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर।
गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर।
हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर।
गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर।
शिव शंकर शंभो।
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 हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो।
हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो।
हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर।
गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर।
शिव शंकर शंभो।
शिव शंकर शंभो।
शिव शंकर शंभो।
शिव शंकर शंभो।
साई शिव शंकर शंभो।
शिव शंकर शंभो।
हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो।
वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु जी बोलो।
वाहे गुरु जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
राम 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 जी बोलो।
राम जी बोलो।
राम 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 जी बोलो। नित्य नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य जपिए राम जी बोलो।
कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो। नित्य नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो।
वाहे गुरु जी बोलो।
वाहे गुरु जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
सत्य नाम जी बोलो।
राम 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 जी बोलो।
राम जी बोलो।
राम 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 जी बोलो। नित्य नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो।
नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो।
कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो।
नित्य नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय सत्यनाम 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 जी बोलो ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्व प्राणपते स्वामी सर्व प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका अवधानवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैव मुमनिरन्तयुनीरे स्वामी मरियन्तयुनीरे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंगको मंगल आरती अंगको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम साई नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा समस्त शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु May your beings in all the worlds be happy. Peace, 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 peace on earth. Peace, peace, peace for all. परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदमाश्रया. Holy and supreme is Baba's vibhuti, pouring forth in brilliant stream His playa vibhuti. So auspicious is its mind, it grants liberation. Baba's vibhuti, His power protects me. La verdad y el amor brotan de tu palma, como el brillo del sol ilumina el alma, siempre dando a la vida nuevas esperanzas. Brindanos tu gracia, dulce Sai Baba.
O Lord, Thou art the food, Thou art the enjoyer of the food, Thou art the giver and preparer of the food, along with the inward and outward breaths. You are the digestive fire that digests all types of food. We offer to you all that we consume.
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविर् ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्धव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनाम् अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्